Noswaith. Good evening, everyone. I can think of few worse ways in which to start my weekly update to you all. I'm deeply saddened by the murder of my colleague, Sir David Amess MP. Sir David had a well-deserved reputation for being one of the kindest men in British politics. He was regarded with the highest esteem in Parliament. He was also my friend. He had served as an MP since 1983 and had earned the respect of members from across the political spectrum for his cross-party committee work, professionalism, and seniority. His murder is a loss for democracy and for our country. And of course, most of all, it's a tragic loss for his wife and 5 children. My thoughts and prayers are with them. And they're also with his constituency team, who I know will be grieving not just for a boss, but also for a dear, dear friend. We have a proud and important tradition in this country that our representatives are accessible to those whom they represent. And this cowardly attack is an attack on our very democracy and our very values as a society. We must find a renewed determination to restore civility to our politics once again, to value differences of opinion and celebrate our right to express them. Yesterday, Her Majesty the Queen visited Wales to officially open the Senate's 6th term. During the ceremony, the Queen said, "We all owe a debt of gratitude to those who have risen so magnificently to the challenges of the last 18 months. From key workers to volunteers who have done so much to serve their communities. They are shining examples of the spirit for which the Welsh people are so renowned, a spirit which I've personally encountered so many times. And it's a source of great pleasure that both the Prince of Wales and the Duchess of Cornwall, together with the Duke and Duchess of Cambridge, have had homes in Wales and experienced its very special sense of community. It's difficult, perhaps even impossible, to find a better choice of words to reflect our shared experiences of the last 19 months. And I'd like to use this opportunity to echo the Queen's sentiments of gratitude to everyone who's played a role in our collective struggle against COVID-19. Like so many of you, I've been in awe at the dedication, commitment, and compassion displayed for our key workers, and I've been inspired by the way that people, community groups, and businesses have united to shield those most vulnerable to coronavirus. Thank you to you all. Diolch yn fawr. When I was elected as your Member of Parliament, I reaffirmed my commitment to learn Welsh and to make helping the language to continue to flourish one of my key priorities. My first duty as your MP was to take my parliamentary oath, and I was enormously proud to take my oath in Welsh. And since then, I've been taking regular lessons with the University of Bangor Welsh language team, and I've participated in an online course with Nant Gathern. In July, I was delighted to report to you that I passed my entry-level Welsh for Adult speaking test with a score of 95%, and the certificate has taken pride of place in my home here on Anglesey. Although it's quite a juggle attending lessons while doing my job, I've always felt that it's incredibly important that I learn the language that is the first language of so many of my constituents. I spent this week, the final week of conference recess, on a residential Welsh language course at Nant Gathern in Frotheli, in what has been one of the most interesting and rewarding weeks of my career. I had the opportunity to make new friendships with Welsh learners who from France, Canada, and closer to home from Bangor and Abu Dhabi. It's only appropriate that I stayed in the Ynys Môn room. And it was a real bonus to see the joy being shared by a bride and groom because there's a wedding taking place at the centre. It truly is a special place. The staff were extremely welcoming and helpful, and in particular I must mention the amazing support that I received throughout the week from my tutor, Arian from Llanfairpwll. Diolch yn fawr iawn i'r tim amser arbennig yn yr hyfryd Nant Gathern. Thank you to the hard-working team at Nant Gathern for their warm welcome and for helping me to improve my Welsh. I had a wonderful week. It's a special place, and Nant Gathern will always have a special place in my heart. It's an honour to be in a position that allows me to fight for the protection and viability of Welsh, and promoting the language is central to every aspect of my work as your MP. My first early day motion was about the Welsh language, and when speaking in Parliament I addressed the Prime Minister as Prif Weinidog, and I always use Welsh in these weekly updates on Mon FM and in my regular column in the Holyhead Anglesey Mail. My office team here on Anglesey has bilingual staff members, and we send seemingly countless letters each week to constituents in Welsh. This month, my annual report's been delivered to 26,000 households across our island, and I'm proud that the report is fully bilingual. And I've been overwhelmed at the positive feedback, especially about the fact that it's bilingual, that the report has received. Last month, I was appointed PPS for the Secretary of State for Wales, Simon Hart, that's Parliamentary Private Secretary. And this appointment is an opportunity for me to keep our island at the front and centre of the government's agenda, and it strengthened my determination to keep learning Welsh. Many people, and I certainly include myself in this category, find learning a new language challenging and more than a little daunting. But with the support that I've received, I have found the experience to be hugely enjoyable. And if you're thinking about learning Welsh, I encourage you to take the plunge. I'm sure that you'll enjoy both the challenge and the huge sense of pride in conversing in this beautiful and vibrant language. I'd like to end this update by saying a heartfelt thank you for all the messages of support that I've received along my linguistic journey, and of course for all the opportunities that so many of you have given to me to practice my Welsh. Diolch yn fawr.